Hey guys, hello everyone. Good to see you guys. Happy last day of April. Wild. Yeah, April 30th, 2024. My name is Chris. I'm the CEO here at Leeloo. So glad to be hanging out with you guys here just for even a few minutes. It's pretty wild on our end here, but good to see so many of you already saying hello. So if you're here hanging out with us, please say hello. If you're hanging out with us for the first time, so really cool. Thanks for hanging out. Akram says hello. Adri says hello. Nangrik says hello. John Cafe says hello, everyone. Good to see everyone here. We'll do a quick sound check. Can you guys all hear me? If somebody can just give me a little feedback, thumbs up. Okay, there it is. TX says hello, and audio is good. All right, what's going on? Hello, trader. Good to see you. All right, guys. So, yeah. All right. So I asked for a poll. I did a poll here. We only got 3 votes, so we need more people to vote on that poll. So we had our payouts, our new payout system. This past weekend on Saturday, you could do payout requests. We did have a little hiccup from Rhythmic not providing us the data, so we had to wait for that. But nevertheless, even with that issue, we were able to get payouts to the traders yesterday, Monday. So all the traders got their payout yesterday for those that qualified. So, and for example, here is excuse me, guys. Nan Rick says request on Saturday and got my money yesterday. Great job, well done. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Nan Rick, for sharing that. Yeah, so our goal was to get traders to request a payout on Saturday, which is the only day that the market is fully closed, and that allow us to not slow anyone down. Our goal was to get traders to be able to trade when the markets are back open. We did have a slight delay, so some of you didn't see your deductions until early Monday. So you weren't able to trade Sunday night, early Monday morning. My goal is that by Sunday night, we will have approved 99% of the people. And that being said, that will give you, once you see your deduction from your account, then that means you can go and trade your account. And so, and then what we do is on Monday, we send a message out to RiseWorks and we say, hey, here's the people we need to pay. And then, if everything goes smoothly on that end, you should get your money like you guys did Monday. So that's the goal, right? So everything went, I would say, even with the hiccup on Saturday morning, everything went really well. So it worked about 95% of what we had planned and wanted. That 5% was just a little delay, in which it's not the end of the world, but again, our goal is that if traders, they want to trade, we want them to be able to trade as soon as they can. So that being said, we want them to be able to trade on Sunday night if that's what they want, or be ready to go by Monday. So we're going to be working on that. We had our team working over Saturday and Sunday. Payout requests were coming in. But as you can imagine, it's just time consuming. Obviously, the more payouts, the more time it takes. And so as we review those, and like I said, I think maybe 1 or 2 traders, I was maybe even say 3, but I think it's 2 traders that got rejected because of the flipping rule. Everyone else, even though they had the flipping rule alert on, we wrote you an email and that said, hey, you were kind of borderline. And so we kind of said, hey, going forward from this day, don't do this anymore. But we still gave you and approved your payout. The 1 or 2 traders that we rejected on the flipping rule were clearly, super obvious. They had a big day and then like almost nothing else. And So that was pretty obvious there. So, and by the way, sorry, my voice is a little thing. So let me say hi to everybody else who's here. Let's see. TX, I think we say hello. Yeah, traders. Renzo, hi. Charles says hello. Hello all. Daniel Model 3 says hello, Chris. Okay, audio is good. Thank you. Yep. Oh yeah. So Rick says, yep. Request on Saturday. Got money yesterday. Great job. Great. Let's see. John says clear and loud. Thank you. Vortex says, okay, hi Chris, are you gonna give away for live use joiners? No giveaways today. Thank you for asking though, Vortex. Mark Nee says, okay, so I'm a bit confused. All right, so we got a question. I read the frequently asked questions on payouts. It stated 30 days on trading, then I could request a payout. So it's just 10 minimum days. No. So Mark Nee, let me. So I'm confused. So let's have a conversation here. Mark Nee, what do you mean? Well, okay, let me start with this. What kind of account do you have? So this is where I typically don't talk about specific individuals because I don't know what account you have. So what account do you have, Mark Nee? Is it a traditional LL account? Do you have an edge enhancers? Do you have the weekly account? Do you have any edge enhancers to that account? Let me know. So for majority of the traders, your first payout, you need to have 30 trading days. After your first payout, then all you need is 10 trading days in between payouts. So I don't know if that's what you're asking, but again, without looking at your specific account and your scenario, I don't know. And I don't want to tell you otherwise. So, okay, so there we go. All right, so you don't have an account yet. Perfect. But if you did, it will be the Foundation LL $50,000 account. Okay, so assuming you don't have any edge enhancers, to request your first payout, you need to have 30 trading days for your first payout. And of course, meet the requirements. After that, you just need 10 trading days in between. So, minimum. There we go. Okay, so I think that answered that question. Cool. Thanks for asking. Good question. Yeah, and it's always tricky to answer specific questions to specific traders when it becomes like a personalized question. Like I said, he could have had 10 different accounts with different edge enhancers, and it could have been weeklies and edge enhancers with 15 10-day payouts, and it could have been it could have been all over the place. And so it's not a without looking at your account specifically, it's hard to tell and answer that. But yeah. All right. So pretty excited about the payouts. Like I said, I remember looking at one or two traders max, maybe three. I think it was just two that did not qualify because of the flipping. So like I told most of you guys, 99% of you guys did not have to worry about, even though it said flipping. Let me see if I can find one here. Yeah. So just because it says flipping rule subject to staff approval, first of all, it doesn't mean you're denied. It doesn't mean you're approved. It says subject to staff approval, meaning that, by the way, we do this with all the accounts anyways, but we always double check. So just because it doesn't say this, we still check for flipping rule, for flipping. So just so you know. But for example, most of you did not have an issue. And so, we looked in there, and as we looked individually, we looked into your patterns of trading. We looked to see if you trade micros or full contracts, what instruments, how long you usually hold. We have a algorithm that we input all this information, and it just does the math for us for any red flags, any sim abuse, anything like that. And so, yeah, so pretty excited about that. So, all right, so out of 12 people that voted so far, and there's 24 people watching. So, but the question is, those who requested a payout, how do you like the new process? 75% of you said love it. 25% of you says needs work. So for those 25%, love to hear your feedback. What do you what is your feedback on that? What needs to work specifically? If you can be as detailed as you can, this would be a great time to hear your feedback on what needs work. Now, for those who love it, I understand you're saying, hey, I love it. Doesn't mean it's perfect. I understand it's not perfect. But we are sure trying to make it better. So the goal was typically in the past, we did request payouts on the last Monday of the month. So that puts us on Monday. Then you can trade Monday, or you could maybe right before you requested it. Then you couldn't trade Tuesday, Wednesday, and then sometimes by Thursday you should be able to trade. Sometimes by Wednesday, but you've missed out on pretty much the beginning of the week. So excuse me, guys. Sorry. I have some seasonal allergies or something going on. All right. So, with this new payout procedure being on Saturday, which you may think, well, Chris, why would you do it on Saturday? Do you want to work on Saturdays? And no, I don't want to work on Saturdays, but it's the best thing for you guys. Because if you think about it, the markets are closed all across the world. So it's the only day that you can have downtime, not miss out on day on trading, and it giving us plenty of time for Saturday, Sunday, and if we run over time like we did this past weekend, we could be done by Sunday morning. So you can, I'm sorry, Monday morning, so you can still be able to trade right after that Sunday morning part. Okay, so I got some questions coming in, so let me answer those questions here. Uh, Sorry, guys. I'm trying to. If you hear me pause for a second, it's just I'm coughing. Apparently, I'm allergic to living in the South. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Okay. Sword Trader says, hello, Chris. Hey, Sword Trader, good to see you. Namrick says, okay, can you please explain what sim abuse is? All right, so sim abuse, well, in short, it's pretty much something that traders, there's a small handful of traders that trade around not just Leeloo, but other companies. And they find loopholes on something that only works in the simulator world, but it will never work in the real world. In other words, it will never get filled in the real world. So pretty much it's like if you fly in a game, like in a video game, like a PlayStation 5, and you do something on your flying game that if you were to try to do it outside, it would just never work. So those traders that do that find those loopholes, and typically they're part of communities. They, between the 3 or 4 traders or more, and so they would do something that again would never happen in the real life. So that sim abuse, first of all, it wouldn't. This does not apply to 99.99% of you guys. And if you don't know if you're doing it, you're not doing it. So this is something that people that are doing it know they're doing it. They know exactly who they are, and so we catch them. So and so yeah. So anything you heard in the past, by the way, of people, oh, I heard people got their PAs closed, and oh, I heard people never got their payouts. Those people are probably the ones that did the same abuse, by the way. So we caught recently a group, a bigger group than average. Excuse me, guys. And so, of course, they were trying to blackmail us and say, oh, we're going to go public with this. I'm like, great, yeah, go public. But of course, they're not going to tell you they're the ones that did the sim abuse. So they're just going to say that they didn't get paid or that they got their accounts closed. And this was not only the last group we found was not only doing sim abuse, but an individual was doing the trading for multiple people. And so, of course, we worked with our partners to verify all the data. We didn't just say, "Oh, okay, we see something." We verify with various groups we work with, and we had intensive, which was actually interesting. It was actually the reason for the process being so delayed was because it takes us time to gather more information. So we want to be sure that we have overwhelming evidence. And so, of course, you're not going to hear that from the people out crying and saying they got their accounts closed and P8s closed or they didn't get their payouts. It's because they're not telling you the whole truth. So, long story short, it's very important on social media, and I get it. Look, we live in a world that everybody has a microphone, and when everybody has a microphone, they can say whatever they want, unfiltered, without fact checks. So we would not be in business if we were closing people's payouts and not paying people. I mean, that's just not sustainable. So, but if you are doing something against our terms and conditions, and you're doing something you're not supposed to, yeah. So yeah. So hopefully that kind of answers your question, then, Rick. Karen says, I'm gonna say that says flipping. I'm not sure, Karen. Not sure what you mean flipping. So I'm guessing it's flipping. Is bad because we can't do 30-day trading for first payout with 5%. Not sure, Karen, if I can understand that. Can you maybe explain that a little better? And yeah, because I'm not sure. But if you're trying to say that you cannot trade 30 trading days without doing flipping, then I don't think you understand trading. Yes, you can. So, in fact, people do it all the time. In fact, 99.9% of the traders that requested a payout Saturday did just fine. So, look, the whole purpose of the flipping rule is for you to understand that you should not go into a trade with the purpose of just trading that day to count as a day. So if you can't trade, don't trade. If you don't like the market, don't trade. If your schedule doesn't allow it, don't trade. So that's simple. So not sure if that's your question. So can you only request payout one time a month, even with a weekly account? Nope. If you have a weekly account, you can request it, assuming you meet all the requirements, every Saturday. So we do payouts every single Saturday. So if you have a 10, 15 edge enhancer or a weekly account, every single Saturday you can request a payout, assuming you meet all the requirements and you're eligible for the payout. So here's a good example of this one, for example. So this one here, it says your next earliest payout request is Saturday, the 4th, May 4th. All right, sorry about that, guys. I was trying to mute it before I started coughing. Okay, let's see. Nanrick says I just bought a new laptop and I would to trade the other prop firms on that new one and trade with Leeloo on my old laptop. Can I do that without any issues? So Rick, I can't talk for any other company, but from my point of view, if you have a laptop and you can connect to Rhythmic, and you're trading your own account, you have no issues with us. So couldn't answer. I don't know. I guess I don't understand why there would be any issue. So not sure. So I don't know if I can answer that. All right. All right. So good questions. All right. Anybody else? And for those that has voted, and thanks for voting, the requested payout, and you said need to work. What needs to work? Love to hear the feedback. So there's a poll. I'm asking for a poll. Those who requested a payout, I want to hear from that 39%. How do you like the new payout process? 39% of you says needs work. Can you please let us know what needs work? So I want to hear from that 39%. So this is the time for you to speak up. So you voted. I want to hear from you. Let's see. Somebody asked a question. Sport Trader says, "What are the current edge enhancers? Any quicker payout?" I don't know what's currently out there right now, so I couldn't answer that. So they change dependence on the sale and what's available. So I don't know. I don't know if we have any sale going on right now. So yeah, couldn't answer that one. Sorry. So typically, when we run a sale, you will see when you check out after you pay, you will see what edge enhancers are available. And typically during a promotion, we will announce the edge enhancers and what's available. All right, guys. So the 37% of you that needs work, I want to hear from you. All right, now it's going to 35%. So we got 20 votes. That's great. We got 25 people watching. That's great. So 35% says needs work. So I want to hear from the 35% because, if I want to hear your feedback. I want to know what needs work. I want to understand it. So if you're, okay, it's down to 33%. So, yep. So love to hear the feedback from those who requested a payout. How do you like the new process? And those 33% of you that voted needs work. I'd love to hear from that. Charles says, Chris, is it okay to trade during news events with a PA account? Yes. Yep, you can trade anytime the market's open. Of course, understanding that, obviously sometimes it's riskier than others. But it's always about your strategy. So if your strategy calls to trade the news, then you can trade the news. But obviously, um, your days may look very different, and obviously you could be at higher risk. But yeah, we have no restrictions on times or time of you trading as long as the market is open. Emilio says, "Are there edge enhancers for the weekly accounts available right now?" I do not know if they are, so need to email support and ask them. Marcellus, I don't know if there's any current sales. I don't think there are any sales right now. Adam says maybe more times during the month than just one time per month. Adam, I guess are you asking? Are you talking about payouts? If you're talking about payouts, you can request it every Saturday with the weekly account or WK account. So, and then when we offer the edge enhancers 10 and 15, you can request it. Request that on that as well. So we already have that option. All right, guys. Love to hear again from that 36% that says needs work. I still haven't heard from you guys. So, what needs work from your opinion? What didn't you like? If you can please let us know. That's the whole point of this is to hear your feedback. So for those who voted needs work, 36%. Where are you at? Love to hear from you. All right, so I only got a few more minutes here, but again, I would like to hear from the 36% that voted needs work. Have not heard from you, so please go ahead and share your feedback. Adam, again, I'm not sure what you're talking about, so I need you to be way more specific, because you say, but not for people that already have an account, right? I don't know what account you have. I don't know. I really don't know what you're talking about. So I didn't understand your first question, so I was kind of just generally giving you an answer. So I need a lot more information, Adam. Okay, so you don't have an edge enhancer or something. Okay, So you're saying if you already have a PA, you don't have an edge enhancer, then yeah, you just have the account you have. You can have up to 10 PAs. You can buy a weekly account, and you can request a payout every week if that's what you want. But you cannot add an edge enhancers to an already existing account. Panama says, "Hi Chris, on PA accounts, can I trade during news?" Yes. Yes, Padma, I just answered that a few minutes ago. Yes, you can. You can trade anytime the market is open. Up to you. Obviously, sometimes they're more riskier than others, but yes, you can trade. Futures Trading says, in my opinion, this new payout is flawless. Okay, thank you for that feedback. But I really thank you for that feedback. I really do. But I really want to hear from that 36% that has an issue. Astro Boy Ken says, "Hey Chris, why not simply include all this side upsell features and hedge hedges to be more competitive with the rest of the prop market?" So first of all, I just want to be clear: we're not in the prop market world. We're not a prop firm. But yeah, Astro, um, I don't understand your question 100%, but I will tell you this: everything that we do, we meet about it, we talk about it, and we think about multiple things. We think about the future of Leeloo. So we don't just react to things. We don't do things just to react. We don't do things just to go out there. Everything we do is a calculated manner to be sure that everything we do is sustainable. If you build something and it's not sustainable, you're wasting your time. So we are here for the long term. We have a company that's built to be long term. So we may not do things that other people do, and to use your words in the prop market world, uh, because it may not be sustainable. It may be nice to have for now, but it's not sustainable. So everything we do, everything we come up with, and you may see things that are only for a limited time. That's because we're testing it out, right? So we may test something out. We have to get data, and based on data, we make decisions. So we're a data-driven company. We're not an emotional-driven company. We're just gonna do whatever feels good at the moment company. We are a company that's driven by data, and based on data, what's the best for the trader, what's the best for the company for the long term. Because it could be, if it's great for you now, but if we're not here tomorrow, it's really not that good for you, even if it was great yesterday. So we want to be sure that our products that we provide are sustainable for the long term. So maybe I hope that answers your question. So Marcella says, "Why is nobody pressing the like button?" Oh, okay. Thank you for Marcella for yeah. I've totally forgot. Where's TX at? That's TX's job to promote the like button. Yeah, if you're here, 23 people watching, please hit that like button. That would be great. Thank you. Thank you, Marcellus, for bringing that out. I actually forgot about it. So thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So 22 people voted. We got 14 likes. Thank you so much, Marcellus. Thank you for those 15 people that hit the like button. So, yeah, again, Astro Boy Ken, I hope I answered your question. If I didn't, I'll try to maybe do a little better if you can maybe be more specific. But I really, again, my goal here today was also to hear from that 36% that says needs work. Still not heard from you. So, really wanted to hear from you. What are your feedback regarding the payout process from this Saturday? And then, like I said, 99.99% of the traders got their payouts Monday and were approved by Monday. So, love to hear from you. All right. I'll say we got one more minute here and then I'll get going. Nemo says, "How many P accounts can you have at one time?" Um, So you can have 10 PA accounts. There's limitations on how many weeklies you can have. And I think there's another one, but in total you can have 10 mix and match. Andrea says, why is LE accounts and not showing on the leaderboard in the Leeloo app? Not sure. I will have to look into that. Didn't know they were not showing there. I know we're doing a big upgrade to our app, and so we're actually hoping that maybe later next month we'll have an update that I think is going to be really exciting. A lot of people you guys would like. So I wonder if that has something to do with it. But yeah, I'm not sure what's not there. I have to look into that. All right, guys. Well, if there's no other questions, guys, I really appreciate your time. It's great hanging out with you today. So last call for any, again, didn't hear from the 36%. So I'd love to hear from the 36%. But I appreciate everyone that voted. 64% of you loved the new payout process. So thank you for the feedback and thanks for sharing those thoughts with us. So, all right. So I guess I'll be signing out. Can't wait until next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is our YouTube Live, really focused for new traders. So if you know anybody who just joined our community, be sure you invite them to join us next Tuesday. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a great week. Best of luck in your trading. Remember, nice and slow. And thank you again for all the feedback. Have a great day.